Hello, we come to the Mass Effect one. This mostly has to do with Mass Effect 3. I remember watching Moist Critical's top games list, and he was like, Mass Effect 3 is such garbage because of its ending. That's about it, see ya. But, I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Because, like, the ending was 5% of that freaking game. 5%. I understand. It's hard to talk about something that uh people like had such investment in and I wasn't really in their shoes with that, but freaking if I didn't play Mass Effect 3, I probably would have never gotten into the series. I remember back in the day I saw that Mass Effect 1 had a similar rating to Halo 3, and I was a big like more into shooters than I was RPGs. I still had my occasional RPG and such here and there, like I talked about in the previous video, Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger, such. Um, but of course, like Morrowind. Um, but like Mass Effect, I just heard it was like almost a Star Trek like kind of action sci-fi RPG, and I was like, you. That's better than Halo 3. Ironically, it is better. I think if you're talking about the story at least, way freaking better because I actually hate the story and character development of Halo 3. They made Johnson a freaking idiot and a damsel in distress coward. Like such a character shift from freaking 2. Even 1 kind of. And then freaking 2 of the actors aren't even the same people. You got freaking they for some reason treated, even though he's a secondary player character, they treated Arbiter like he was Jar Jar Banks, slowly fading him out of each game that came after 2, because I guess fans got pissed off that they were focusing too much on freaking Arbiter than Master Chief, and it was like, they technically got the same amount of screen time. Shut the frick up. Keith David, Arbiter's the best character, frick off. um, but yeah, coming off of 2, which had such good character development, was just so disappointing from and of course it repeated the ending of Halo 1 with the car driving segment, as well as another bad terrible freaking flood level, just like the library. We needed that. I actually think it's worse than the library, the one that's in there. You don't get a resolution to killing freaking um Gravemind. Like I felt like there was a boss battle building there, and then it never happened. Cortana was kind of annoying, only because she appeared on your screen, slowed things down a bunch. And then finally, the actual Jar Jar Binks of the series, which they thought was a good idea to name themselves after, freaking kills Johnson and is an annoying bastard. I understand, like, no offense to the actor, but frick him. No, I just hate that character. It's so stupid. I could at least put up with him in the other 2 games, but that's because he had little screen time. Then they freaking decided he needed more than Arbiter. Like, frick off. Um, but yeah, then I saw Mass Effect 2. We were into stuff like Gears of War 2 and all that crap, more Halo Reach and stuff. Uh, Heard Mass Effect 2 was amazing. I was like, whatever, don't care, shun it off. Then after stuff like Dark Souls and frickin' Skyrim and such, Red Dead Redemption, all that, Mass Effect 3 came out. I decided to pick up a copy of Mass Effect 3 because it was like, I'll finally cave in. I'll get the collector's edition of Mass Effect 3. Great idea. For somebody who hasn't played the other 2 games. Uh, Finally played Mass Effect 3, and like halfway through, I'm like, this is really good so far, but I want to save my judgment for the end. My mom tells me that there's news articles and stuff on the ending being terrible. So I'm like, okay, I'll judge for myself when I get to it. Played through the all the way to the end. I got probably the red and most awful ending because I remember seeing the people on the ground when the freaking big red light was coming towards them all turned into skeletons like they were from frickin' Mars attacks. I remember everyone dying and I got everybody killed. I even got like Tally and such killed because I didn't know what the frick I was doing. And that scene with the frickin' grandfather or whatever talking to the child, and he's like, "Those were the tales of the shepherd." Oh, a little bit of a pretentious ending and a disappointing one, but I remember sitting there pondering to myself and just being like, "Holy crap! That was the best freaking game I've ever played." I loved Mass Effect 3. I thought the shooting mechanics were at its best. I still think it is the smoothest shooting mechanics of the games, other than Andromeda, but Andromeda's got its own problems that even the gameplay can't save it from. Because it's freaking. I should do like a versus between Andromeda and 3, really. All I can sum up is Sense of Danger of Mass Effect 3 is better. They lacked that in Mass Effect freaking uh, Andromeda. None of the important characters die in that game, too. So, Mass Effect 3 at least has probably the biggest balls of the series because it will not have remorse on some of your favorite characters. Even if you choose to save one, it'll be like, oh, gotta get this one killed. It's like, holy frick, this is more brutal than Mass Effect 1 and 2. At least at a point, Mass Effect 2, if you know everything you need to do and do the loyalty missions, it's actually not that hard. And honestly, it is kind of stupid they don't tell you there are things that you need to buy in order to survive the final encounter. So, unless you know all of that stuff, then it's really kind of a cakewalk unless you're on insane difficulty or some character dies randomly. Probably most likely one you don't care about. But or you purposely want to die. Like you send Jacob on one of those and he shouldn't be. But yeah, I really enjoyed like, and also Mass Effect 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, and The Last of Us are probably the biggest tearjerker games for me. Uh, Goddamn, like even 2 doesn't really make me cry, but I still cry at the ending as well as just find the other characters' death scenes like Morden, uh, freaking Thane, and then they add the Citadel DLC, which is just amazing. One of my favorite DLCs of all time. It's just such a tear-jerking game. I thought the character development was like so good. The stuff leading up to the ending was still really powerful, and the new replacement ending is what really like gets me nowadays, especially. And I think that's why I cry at the ending now. I actually have my Mass Effect 3 series on the channel where I play FemShep, and you can hear me crying during the credits in the last part of that video. I think they have that set up as a playlist. I need to fix some more, put some more playlists together and such. It's so freaking annoying organizing stuff like that, but I try my best. Freaking hate it though, because I have so many goddamn videos. It's just hard to keep up with all of them. But they need to be organized. I'm just glad I have the playlists that I do. But yeah, I even played the games backwards as a joke and got everybody killed in the other two pretty much. And then when I properly played the series through, or I even played it like each game a million times, mostly 2 and 3, to the point that like I finally got the most perfect playthrough I could get with that, and I really loved it, and it ended up being my favorite game franchise. Now, back then, I would have argued between 2 and 3. I mostly liked 3. It's what got me into the series. But then with freaking Mass Effect Legendary Edition, I'm just like, I can't unsee all of them separately from one another. It's the same with Lord of the Rings. It's like, I gotta say all three of them. I gotta say all three. At number one, a Legendary Edition, because I love them equally. And it's become such a favorite freaking franchise of mine nowadays. I absolutely love it. I should talk about next games I probably will never like. So, yeah, I hope you found something interesting from what I said. I don't know if I could say enjoy because I just have this as my freaking background most of the time. No. So it's probably boring, but I hope you find something interesting from what I said. I hope I'm loud enough too. I'm trying to be as close to freaking mic as I can and try to speak up, though it's hard to when you got freaking annoying neighbors and stuff. But whatever. What are you gonna do? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, I guess, nonetheless, and I will see you next time. That's my story of Mass Effect 3. Bye bye.